Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar on the what's, whys and wheres of implementing sustainability and implementing ISO 2012. My name is Laura and I'm the Partnerships Manager here at Sustainable Events, and I'll be talking you through this webinar today. So to start off with, who are Sustainable Events? We are a consultancy. We work with an exclusive number of clients to help them implement a sustainability culture in their events business. We work with these businesses to implement a standard known as ISO 2012-1. So what is ISO 2012-1? It is an international standard for sustainable event management. Implementing ISO 2012-1 is all about creating a culture around sustainability. We've seen that the best results are produced when there isn't a checklist, but instead people are empowered to think about things differently. For this, we work with two international frameworks. The first is ISO 2012-1, as discussed, and the second is the Global Reporting Initiative Event Organizer Sector Supplement, which uses different indicators to help people report on their impact. We've worked with clients such as Mesikeskus in Helsinki, Formula E, the San Francisco Giants, and the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games. The reason we do these webinars is that we want to encourage the creation of a sustainable event industry. On today's webinar, this will include anyone who has an interest and has signed up online. Our goal is to look at the what's, the whys, and the wheres of implementing sustainability. So, what is sustainability? The definition of sustainability is the process of maintaining change in a balanced fashion, and this includes social, environmental, and economic factors. Sustainable development is defined as an enduring, balanced approach to economic activity, environmental responsibility, and social progress, according to the British Standards Institute. Sustainability is often very hard to understand with this academic definition. So the UN Sustainable Development Goals provide a really clear roadmap and a great way to bring sustainability to life. These Sustainable Development Goals, or the UN SDGs, are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate, environmental degradation, prosperity, and peace and justice. All of these goals, as you can see on the screen, interconnect, and in order to leave no one behind, it's important that we achieve each goal and target by 2030. So here we've just taken a few of the goals on the UN SDGs and see what they could be like in practical terms at your event. So here we have SDG 13, climate action. This SDG calls everyone to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Within the event industry, this could be within your food supply chain, only sourcing food from local suppliers to reduce your CO2 emissions in the transport of goods. This also neatly ties in with SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. This sustainable development goal aims to ensure everyone has access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy. This could apply to an event by something as simple as changing to energy-efficient lighting in the event, changing to an environmentally friendly energy supplier, using renewable energy through solar, wind, or hydro to power your event. And then our final example we have here is SDG 17, partnerships for goals. A stronger commitment to partnership and cooperation is needed to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, which requires coherent policies and an empowering environment to allow sustainable development to happen at all levels. An example of this is where you are now. You've taken the step of asking how you yourself can make the first move to sustainability, and our goal is to empower you to do so. So this provides a clear summary of what sustainability is and how the SDGs can help us implement it. Please be aware that businesses around the world are looking at SDGs and are amending their products and services to match these goals. This conversation will become more and more prevalent as the years go on. So we've done the what's, now we're going to be doing why. So why be sustainable? Big businesses are asking for more than just an economic impact. And a case study we have to show this is the BlackRock case study. At the Davos Forum last year, the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, sent a letter to all investors and businesses asking to show social impact, not just economic impact. For the event industry, this is a great industry to show social impact through work experience, charity funding, education, sharing content to other people in an event. An event is a great way of businesses can show their social return and is an opportunity for the event industry. So along with big businesses, there are also threats around sustainability. If you ignore it, events have many sponsors, and if there are many media reporters reporting regarding anti-plastic, and if your event isn't supporting or working towards this goal, the reputation and rapport of the event may decrease. The sponsor and the event industry could close due to issues such as carbon emissions on travel, single-use plastic use, etc., and could have huge consequences on the industry if we ignore it. And finally, the opportunity for creativity on why to be sustainable. Sustainability is an opportunity for you to think differently. The millennial era has a huge focus on this. It's an opportunity to collaborate and bring new people together to come up with new thinking and new ideas. So now we're going to move on to the wheres and some tips of where you should look to start your sustainability strategy. So, where do you spend most of your money? And where do most of your overheads come from? Is there a way that you can reduce these by becoming more sustainable, such as using different energy providers, reducing the amount of waste you create? There are many options that can save you money and help improve your sustainability. You should also think about the culture of your business. What are the values of your business? What do you pride yourselves on, and how does this relate to sustainability? You can always go back to the UN SDGs for this. For example, if your business value is transparency, how can you be transparent about your waste or the pay differences within your business? Another key factor is your stakeholders. It's always important to know what your stakeholders think. You should always ask your supply chain and your clients what they think on this issue. And a really great case that we have recently with one of our clients, Monsieur Cascas, is that they were asking their client, who's hosting an event at their venue, what they thought on sustainability. And in consequence of the client requesting to have sustainable guidelines, Monsieur Cascas are now implementing ISO 2012 at their venue. So here's just a reminder of the Sustainable Development Goals and how these can be your roadmap to developing sustainability within the industry. So there's a quick summary of the what's and whys and the wheres of implementing sustainability. We're now going to provide you with an insight into what we do here at Sustainable Events and how we can help you along your journey. So here at Sustainable Events, we have a 6-step process that we follow to implement ISO 2012 with our clients. We start off with a gap analysis. This is very straightforward. It's a process where we highlight where you currently are in relation to where you want to be, which in this case, let's say is ISO 2012-1 certified. We also help provide you with the business case behind creating a sustainable event industry and provide you with some competency questions so that we can identify where the gaps are. We also have ISO 2012-1 workshops, which cover each area of the ISO 2012-1 standard and provide homework to help you document your work. Therefore, the documentation through us is minimal because we know With an event, your priorities are budget and timings. The next step within the 6th step is to share what you think your issues are with your stakeholders and engage them in this conversation. It's a really exciting and inspiring part of ISO 2012-1, and it's your opportunity to show your stakeholders that you are listening to them and considering their options in the work you do. We also have an internal audit, which is what I'll give a little bit more insight in today's webinar, and then also certification support to get you through third and second party certification. As part of the follow-up for this webinar, we'll be providing you with a basic proposal we can send out and how you can move forward with us here at Sustainable Events, and to give you an idea of budget, timelines, and also give you an opportunity to come back to us with any questions or suggestions. We are very flexible in the way we work, and ISO 2012-1 is not just a checklist, and we can tailor our proposals to individual clients to ensure they're receiving something that works for their business and event. So, as I mentioned, an internal audit is the area of our 6-step process we're going to focus on today. So, an internal audit. An internal audit is a simple way of checking the work you've done prior to certification. It's used to make sure the management system that's been put in place for ISO 2012-1 works and that you have no glaring gaps. It's also a great opportunity for us to check in and see the progress of our clients and provide input into the best way to move forward in their sustainability journey. So here we've just got the key evaluation focuses of an internal audit in preparation for ISO 2012-1 certification. So we have context, which is where we ensure that a client has identified their organizational scope and their key interested parties to gain some stakeholder involvement. We also want to see that they are showing leadership through their policy and their commitment to their sustainability journey. There is planning. So their key part of ISO 2012-1 is a SWOT and PESTLE, so you can identify your risks and opportunities and identify the issues through this. The audit will also involve support, so you'll be identifying resources, the competency of anyone involved in the process, and the documentation. Part of the audit for ISO 2012-1 is also operation. So that is modifying activities, products or services that can include part of your supply chain for your event or the day-to-day running and planning of the venue or business. And then finally, performance and the governing principles behind your business. And being able to show that year on year, monitoring and measuring, you can see an improvement in your sustainability of your event. So there's a bit about us here at Sustainable Events. So in summary, today we have shown you who we are, why we do these webinars. We want to create a sustainable event industry, and giving you a bit of an insight into the business case of sustainability and what we do here to create a sustainable event industry. We believe we need to create a sustainable event industry, but we are also looking for new clients that want to show leadership. If you'd like to know more about working with us, please contact myself, Laura, at laura@sustainableeventsltd.com, where we can schedule a call to discuss moving forward and your options. So today on this webinar, we went through the whats, the whys, and the wheres of implementing ISO 2012-1. And we've given you some takeaway points. Thank you for joining this webinar, and we look forward to collaborating with you in creating a sustainable event industry.